All right, so what makes this 16 pounds so much different than any other pounds I've lost over time? Well, it's paying attention to it. So I was at 280 pounds at one point, and I started losing weight because I felt pains I've never felt before. My sleep was disrupted, a whole host of things, back pain, knee pain, especially. It's like you're carrying around all this extra weight, right? So, of course, things are going to start hurting. So, my red flag at that time was 280. How I let myself get that far, I don't know. My red flag should have been even 240, 250, I don't know. But anyway, I digress. The point of it is, I got down to 225. And then a series of normal life events happened. We had my 10th wedding anniversary. We had Valentine's Day, these things back to back. And I stopped weighing myself and I started telling myself, well, I'll start the diet right after Valentine's Day. Go back on my plan. Oh man. So then I weigh myself randomly and now I'm 241. Oh man, I was down to 223, 224. So anyway, the point of the story is I gotta set my red flag a lot lower. So now I think my red flag should be 210. Anyway, uh, it's important not to beat yourself up about it. And, because it happens. I'm sure it's happened to somebody watching this. Like it just gets away from you if you don't pay attention. And so I'm just going to pay a lot more attention. I'm going to, I've created my own protocol, so to speak, out of many months of researching different things. And so I will go back on that. But the problem is, it's not a problem for me when I'm alone, but when you have family members that like junk food and it's all over the place, I struggle. I struggle with resisting that stuff. So that's not an excuse. I mean, I own it. That's the other side of this is you really got to own your own health. Like I could blame my situation. I could blame others. But it's me. I need to be, and willpower's not going to work. That's part of it. I mean, not for me. What I need to do is make sure I feel satiated, and I'm going to do that through diet to reduce cravings. And once you get to a certain point, it becomes a lot easier because I've been there. Now, my weight started with a 2.4, a 2.2. Now it's a 2.4. That's not good. So I will get back. I'm going to document along the way. My ultimate goal is to be less than 210. Let the red flag be 210. So, how am I going to do that? I'm going to document that along the way and share. But uh, one thing, and you see this anytime you go to a major grocery store, especially Walmart, Winco, well, really all of them, but you see these people with these huge carts of stuff just maxed out, heaping, some could say. This is not a criticism. It's not a judgment. It's just an observation, right? So, one thing I see for myself, I've focused on portion sizes. I was not raised that way. You just put a mound of food on your plate and you eat it until it's gone. That is way too much, way too much. So, there's people a lot smaller than me eating a lot bigger amounts of food than I do. So you want to talk about the high cost of groceries? Stop wasting food like that, right? Don't overeat. Don't make more than you need at a sitting. That's the other thing. Part of my strategy is I only make enough for that serving at that moment, so I don't have all this extra stuff to keep snacking on. And I find that good. So you're eating fresh, warm stuff, healthy stuff. Eliminate the junk food is what I did basically. I don't drink any sugary drinks at all. In fact, the only thing I drink is water and coffee, or tea, that kind of thing. So with the portion sizes and eating only when I'm hungry, and adding just the perfect amount of fats, um, proteins, etc., I just don't get that hungry anymore. But when I eat the bread and the sugary stuff, candies, cake, for God's sake, stop the cake. But when I eat that stuff, man, it's like you didn't eat anything. You could eat that all day. Same with rice, any of those simple carbs. Not great, not great at all. Unless, of course, you mix it with proteins and you can slow down that process, right? So digestion. So that's the plan. I will report back progress steps throughout the way, but that's the main takeaway from this video is, set your red flag a lot sooner than I did. 280 was way too big. I feel better, even though I've gained some weight back. I do feel better than I did at 280. I don't have the pains yet, but look, it's so easy to start going back. I don't want to revert back. That's horrible. It's so easy to do. So let me know in the comments if you struggle with that yourself, or know someone that does, or any other suggestions that might help. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.